Good morning and a very warm welcome to you all. You're listening to me, Bhavini Makwana on BHF Radio and Barash.
Hi everybody, how are you?
How are you all? Today it seems a bit nice and sunny. Not sure if it's warm, I haven't been out yet, but hope you all are well. A great show by Hiran and Mayaben and with the doctor, great tips that were shared. If you missed that, I think links are going to be posted on the BHF Radio Facebook page, so do check that out. Don't also forget that today the clocks go forward 1 hour, so don't forget to change your clocks wherever you may have them around the house, your ovens, your microwaves, wherever you may have your clocks, alarm clocks in the bedroom. 1 hour forward from today, from this evening. Today we are talking about Holi. Holi is tomorrow, and Monday we celebrate the Dulati, and we are going to be joined by the Leicester Holi Team, who will be sharing the story behind Holi, why we celebrate it, the significance behind this tradition, and also how virtual events are taking place so we can continue celebrating as we cannot be face to face and playing Holi, celebrating Holi. So we'll find out more. So it's something for the kids, teenagers and adults to listen into. So we've got a few minutes before they join us, so get ready for that. And you know, the Hindu festival of colours, it's such a vibrant festival. It's the arrival of spring, new beginnings. It's a fresh start, and you know, the passing of the winter season. So it has so many meanings behind it, you know, celebrating the triumph over good and good over evil. And it's such a wonderful memory that I have when I was growing up, celebrating Holi, going to the park, meeting friends and family, playing Holi itself, doing the darshan around the fire, the narration, and just having fun and coming back home. I remember every Holi we had a story of Holi and what it signifies. So we'll learn all about that from the Leicester Holi Team. But before they come on, let's listen to our first track, which is called Ranga Barase from the film Silsila.
रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे अरे किन्ने मारी पिचकारी तोरी भीगी अंगिया ओ रंग रसिया हो रंग बरसे अरे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे ओ रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे सोने की थारी में ज्योना परोसा सोने की थारी में ज्योना परोसा अरे सोने की थारी में हाँ सोने की थारी में ज्योना परोसा अरे खाए गोरी का यार बलम तर से रंग बरसे और रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे लौंगा इलाची का अरे लौंगा इलाची का भाई
हाँ लौंगा इलायची का
हाँ अरे लौंगा इलाची का बीड़ा लगाया
लौंगा इलायची का बीड़ा लगाया
अरे लौंगा इलाची का हाँ लौंगा इलाची का बीड़ा लगाया हर चाबे गोरी का यार बलम तर से रंग बरसे और रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे और रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर और रंग हर बेला चमेली का सेज बिछाया हर बेला चमेली का सेज बिछाया बेला चमेली का सेज बिछाया
बेला चमेली का सेज बिछाया
अरे बेला चमेली का हाँ बेला चमेली का सेज बिछाया सोए गोरी का दिक दिक तक दिक दिक तक दिक दिक सोए गोरी का याद बलम तर से रंग बरसे और रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे और रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे और रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे और रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे
That was Ranga Barase from the film Silsile. So we are talking about Holi today as we celebrate it tomorrow and Monday. And we are joined by the Leicester Holi Team. A very good welcome to you. Dylan, if I come to you first. Good morning. Welcome to BHF Radio. How are you?
Hello, good morning. Namaste. Yeah, I'm well, thank you. Excited for Holi tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, can you, first of all, before we go into anything, can you introduce yourself? Like, what is Leicester Holi and how did you get involved?
Yep, no, sure, definitely. So, Leicester Holi is a community-based public event. It's organised through a collective effort of 15 organisations this year. And the whole purpose behind it is that it's for the benefit of the whole of Leicester's diverse and multicultural community. Of course, this year it's all going to be online, which we'll come to a bit later on. But the great thing is that everyone can actually now enjoy Leicester Holi as well from wherever you are. The message behind Leicester Holi, it's all about embracing diversity and celebrating unity. And so we're focusing on what brings us together as a community. And that's what we find is really, really important. And I think I have to say that the entire success of the project is marked by all of the volunteers that we've had over the past couple of years, and all of the organisers who also have day jobs and they're potentially full-time university students as well. And it's the collectiveness that's come together to put on the event, which makes it successful.
Yeah, and it's all about that, teamwork and everyone coming together to make it all successful and just participate for a greater society. That's really nice. How long have you been, functioning? How long have you been doing this?
Yeah, no, that's great. So Leicester Holi actually started in 2018. So it's, this year would be its fourth official year. And I've been lucky enough to be there from the beginning as well. So it's been good to see how we've kind of grown over the years as well.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see, like, it's not just, the adults. It's a mixture of children, teenagers, young adults, the elderly generation. It's all everyone coming together. And that's really nice. I really like that. I mean, we're talking about Holi today, and I thought we'd start off first, like, what is Holi? What's the story behind Holi? Arjun, good morning and welcome to BHF Radio. Firstly, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
And how did you get involved with Leicester Holi?
So for the past few years I've been attending the events, so I've been very lucky to be given this opportunity to speak.
Yeah, and I think it's really good. I mean, you're just 15 years old, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's so, it's great encouragement for other teenagers as well. I mean, can you share the story of Holi? Like, what is the story behind this tradition?
Sure. Once there lived a king called Hiranyakashipu and his son called Prahalad. In the Vara avatar, Lord Vishnu killed Hiranyakashipu's brother, Hiranyaksha. So Hiranyakashipu was very angry at Lord Vishnu. So King Hiranyakashipu prayed to Lord Brahma, who granted him a special boon, so he could not die during day or night, at dawn or dusk, or by animal or man. The special powers blinded him. He thought that he was God and demanded that everyone worshipped only him. Hiranyakashipu's own son, Prahalad, disagreed. He kept on praying to Lord Vishnu. This made Hiranyakashipu very angry, and he tried to kill Prahalad many times. Hiranyakashipu threw Prahalad off a cliff. He also threw him in front of a wild elephant, but nothing happened to Prahalad. He was always saved. Once Holika, Prahalad's evil aunt, tricked him into sitting on a bonfire with her. Holika was wearing a special shawl, so the fire would not hurt her. When the fire roared, the shawl flew from Holika to Prahalad. Holika burned and nothing happened to Prahalad. He survived. Lord Vishnu then appeared from a pillar and killed Hiranyakashipu. This is the story of Holi, which teaches us about the victory of good over evil. The name of the Holi festival is named after Holika, and this is why we celebrate Holi. Thank you, and I wish everyone a happy Holi.
Thank you, Arjun. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, and you did it so eloquently. Really well done to you. Thank you. Before we continue with the conversations, we will be bringing on Lina Ben as well, and we'll be discussing more about Holi. We'll go to our next track, which is Holi Ke Din from the film Sholay.
चलो सहेली
चलो रे साथी चलो रे साथी ए पकड़ो इसे न छोड़ो
अरे भैया ना तोड़ो
और ठहर जा भाभी
अरे जा रे शराबी क्या हो राजा
गली में आ जाओ
होली होली
भांग की गोली ओ नखरे वाली
दूंगी मैं गाली
अरे रामू की साली होली है होली
होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं।
होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं। गिले शिकवे भूल के दोस्तों, दुश्मन भी गले मिल जाते हैं। होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं। होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं। होली है। गोरी तेरे रंग जैसा थोड़ा सा मैं रंग बना लूं, आ तेरे गुलाबी गालों से थोड़ा सा गुलाल चुरा लूं।
जा रे जा दीवाने तू, होली के बहाने तू, जा रे जा दीवाने तू, होली के बहाने तू, छेड़ना मुझे बेशरम।
पूछ ले जमाने से, ऐसे ही बहाने से लिए और दिए दिल जाते हैं। होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं।
यही तेरी मर्जी है तो अच्छा चले तू खुश हो ले, पास आके छूना ना मुझे, चाहे मुझे दूर से भी धो ले।
हीरे की कनी है तू, मट्टी से बनी है तू, हीरे की कनी है तू, मट्टी से बनी है तू, छूने से जो टूट जाएगी।
कांटों के छूने से, फूलों से नाजुक नाजुक बदन छिल जाते हैं।
होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं।
गिले शिकवे भूल के दोस्तों, दुश्मन भी गले मिल जाते हैं।
होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं। होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं। होली के दिन दिल खिल जाते हैं, रंगों में रंग मिल जाते हैं।
COVID-19, especially the new variant, is spreading quickly across the country. This puts many people at risk of serious disease and is placing a lot of pressure on our NHS. Once more, we must all stay home. If it is essential to go out, remember, wash your hands, cover your face indoors, and keep your distance from others. Vaccines give clear hope for the future, but for now, we must all stay home, Protect the NHS, save lives.
That was Holi Ke Din from the film Sholay, one of my favourite Holi songs. And we just heard from Dylan and Arjun, part of the Leicester Holi team. And Arjun just recited the story behind Holi, which was, I think, really well translated and delivered. And Dinesh Bhai also says that. We've had a message from Dinesh Bhai to say, wow, that was really a wonderful narrated story by Arjun. Please wish him all the best and well done. And yeah, thank you for that, Dinesh Bhai. And also, Jampa Ben, you've messaged to say, wishing everyone at BHF Radio, the listeners, a happy Holi. Jampa Ben, happy Holi to you as well. If you would like to get in touch, whether you just want to share your memory of Holi, any messages, please email me, Bhavini, at bhfradio.org.uk. Alternatively, you can download the BHF app. It's available on Apple and Android. If you go into the dedications section, you can give us a message and that will come straight to us. So please do get in touch if you would like to. Next, we're going to welcome Lina Ben, who is also part of the Leicester Holi team. Good morning, Lina Ben. Welcome to BHF Radio. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Bhavini ji. Yeah, we're perfectly fine. Looking forward for celebrations.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we start into your questions, how did you get involved with the Leicester Holi?
As it's a collaboration of various organizations, we are one of them, and I've been contributing from last few years, and it's an absolute pleasure, to continue to support as volunteer.
Yeah, no, amazing. So, Lina Ben, why do we celebrate Holi?
As we all know, Holi is one of the oldest festivals, which plays a very important role in spreading the message of harmony and brotherhood, and in unifying the people across the world. It's also a celebration of spring, love, and new life. It's the most colorful, lively, and fun festival. It's celebrated as a day of happiness, and spreading love. So on this day, people pay and forgive debts, reset and renew ruptured relationships and conflicts, and it's a day of forget and forgive.
Yeah, and who celebrates Holi? Like we say it's a Hindu festival, but actually there are many people who celebrate it. And how do we celebrate it?
Yeah, nowadays there's a movement of people globally and spread of this festival. It's almost celebrated everywhere in the world these days and in different ways. So the two main aspects of Holi is Holika Dahan, which signifies burning of negativity and starting afresh with positivity. Burning of negative emotions like jealousy, and embrace all with love. The other aspect is the most colorful aspect of it, is Tuleti. Well, it starts with a puja and people wear white clothes to make it as colorful at the end as possible. And the other aspect is matki food as well, which means, a pot is hanged in the middle of the street and people make a human pyramid and try to hit the pot. So that's the other aspect of Holi. The third very interesting one is celebrated in Braj, where it's called Latmar, and on this day women have right to hit men. And they're expected to accept whatever the women dish out on them,
Interesting.
So that's very interesting.
Yeah.
In Orissa, it's on Dol Purnima, the deities of Jagannath Temple of Puri replaces the deities of Radha and Krishna. That's another important thing. And on this day, people celebrate it by eating gujia, matri, malpua, and bhang. The most famous part of it.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's quite interesting. And Dylan, if I come to you next, what is the significance behind the colours, like the Dulati that we celebrate the following day? Like, what does that signify?
Yeah, so the colours is actually my favourite part of the whole celebration. But it actually signifies the release, of all your stress, all tension that you have. The fact that we have so many different colours that we play with, each colour represents something else. And it's all about, embracing all these different emotions and all those different values that it represents. Also letting go as well, when you let go of the colours and you throw them around. The whole thing about laughter that comes along with playing the colours, and the participation itself, so actually throwing the colours around itself, is positive, it's fun, it's happy, it's enjoyable, and that's really the highlight of Leicester Holi.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that. And you mentioned the colours is part of your, the favourite part of the celebrations, and I guess that is for many. And it's a good introduction to actually get kids, the story that Arjun shared. And I know there's books around the story behind Holi, but it's a good way to get youngsters and children involved in the fun aspect, and then to sort of learn the significance behind this tradition. So yeah, no, definitely. I mean, what is your memory of Holi when you were younger?
So I can't actually remember playing the colours when I was younger. So that was something that I always felt that was missing. We used to see videos of people playing in India and back home, but nothing here. When we were at university, we had a Holi festival there as well, and that was actually it was a great experience. All university students coming together to play Holi, and I think we've really added something by trying to have this large scale Dulati event as well in Leicester.
Yeah, no, well, stay with us. We're going to go to our next track, and then we'll continue this talk about Holi. Our next track is the famous song from the film Bhagwan.
मन से मन का मेल जो हो तो रंग से मिल जाए रंग होली के रघुवीरा होरी खेल रघुवीरा होरी खेले रघुवीरा होरी खेले रघुवीरा यवत में होरी खेले रघुवीरा अरे होरी खेले रघुवीरा यवत में होरी खेले रघुवीरा होरी खेले रघुवीरा यवत में होरी खेले रघुवीरा हिल मिल आवे लोग लुगाई हिल मिल आवे लोग लुगाई हिल मिल आवे लोग लुगाई भाई महारान में धीरा यवत में होरी खेले रघुवीरा अरे होरी खेले रघुवीरा यवत में होरी खेले रघुवीरा या होरी खेले रघुवीरा यवत में होरी खेले रघुवीरा अरे होरी खेले रघुवीरा यवत में होरी खेले रघुवीरा हट तलक दिमी दिक तक तल जा 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 जनन जान जा दिक दिक तक दिमी दिक दिन तो का रे का है का जनन धान दा हनी दिमी बक दिमी बक दिमी तरन धान दा तक दिमी तक दिमी तक दिमी तक दिमी तक दिमी तक दिमी तक निकल दिन दा
तनिक शर्म नहीं आई देखे नहीं अपनी उमरिया तनिक शर्म नहीं आई देखे नहीं अपनी उमरिया 60 बरस में इश्क लड़ाए 60 बरस में इश्क लड़ाए मुखड़े पे रंग लगाए बड़ा रंगीला सावरिया मुखड़े पे रंग लगाए बड़ा रंगीला सावरिया चुनरी पे डारे अमीरा अवध में होली
लालन में वीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा अरे होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा अब के फागनों से खेलो ना होरी
हाँ ना खेला
तोरी शपथ में उमरिया की थोरी
हाय चाचा
देखे है ऊपर से झाके नहीं अंदर सजनिया देखे है ऊपर से झाके नहीं अंदर सजनिया उम्र चढ़ी है दिल तो जवा है उम्र चढ़ी है भैया दिल तो जवा है बाहों में भर के मुझे जरा झनका दे पैजनिया बाहों में भर के मुझे जरा झनका दे पैजनिया साची कहे है कबीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा अरे साची कहे है कबीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा अरे होली खेले रघु
होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा
होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा मिल मिल आवे लोग लुगाई
हिलमिल आवे लोग लुगाई
है महानन में वीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा अरे भैया होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा हाँ होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा हाथ भैया होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा
Hi everyone, this is Navin Kundra and you're listening to the one and only Bhavini Makwana here on BHF Radio. This is the best Saturday morning show on the planet, so keep it locked.
Holi Ke Khel Vi Raghuvira from the film Bhagwan. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a few messages and shout outs to share. We've got a message from Madhubala who's tuned in and says she wishes everyone at BHF Radio a happy Holi and the listeners, and it's a great program. Thank you, Madhubala. Thank you for listening. And a message from a shout out to Monubai and Induben Makwana in London. Happy Holi to you. And if you would like to get in touch, you can download the BHF Radio app, go into dedications, and you can share your message in there, or you can email me on bhavini@bhfradio.org.uk. Dylan and Linaben, just to bring you back in, so we were talking about, we're gonna ask the traditional way of celebrating Holi before lockdown, but just going back a step, I remember taking the nadir, putting it in the fire, walking around. What is the significance behind that tradition?
Yeah, that's the main tradition of Holi. It's Holika Dahan, where actually, it's a destruction of negative qualities and prominence of positivity. It's a celebration of good over evil. But the scientific reason behind that is while we do a Holika Dahan, it kills the bacteria in the environment and in the body and makes it clean. The other reason is it's also a period of change from winter to summer as well, so where people feel more lethargic and drowsy. So Holi provides that opportunity to wear off that laziness and to let loose all the tension and de-stress the mind. These stories may be mythological or religious or social, but all have some or other hidden life lessons through which people are inspired to lead a virtuous life.
Yeah, no, definitely, because it's, just listening to the reason behind we do certain things, actually, it goes much more beyond than just celebrating Holi. It's a whole rounded, spirited kind of a way of living. And like we said, it's, marking, saying goodbye to winter, the arrival of spring, and it's just a new, fresh start.
Yeah, and the things we eat while doing Holika Dahan is we do a popcorn and we eat khajur as well, and the coconut itself. So it's all very nutritious for the body at that time. So it's all, indulged in this tradition for everyone to use it in one or the other way.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan, so I know we're in lockdown and a lot of celebrations are going to be carried out virtually, privately in people's homes, gardens. But how was it traditionally carried out? Like, how did people celebrate it before this pandemic arrived in our lives?
Yeah, no, and I think this is a good point. So, back in 2018 when we started, Leicester Holi, we had an event, we had a very eventful first year. We had the Beasts of the East, and basically the whole area that we were playing Holi in was covered in snow. And so that year, Leicester Holi 2018 was snowly, so it's Holi with snow.
Yeah.
It was great, and it was actually it was really nice to see the white snow when you throw the colours on it, and actually just make that all colourful. That was really nice. We still had 1,000 members of the public turn up in the cold, in the snow, and it was good to see.
Yeah.
In the second year, it was great. We had 5,000 to 6,000 people that have actually attended from all around the UK, and the weather was great as well. So that always helps. And then the last year, what we had was we were all ready to start the show and have Holi, but we had to cancel due to the restrictions that came in place. In terms of how we traditionally celebrate, we have like we do like a unique combination of dharmic and entertainment, and it's to bring the message of Holi through what we do. So we have the stage performances, we have some off-stage activities as well, such as face painting, colouring, storytelling for the children as well, and then obviously we have the Dulati part of it as well, which is the colour throwing.
Yeah, no, it sounds really, really a great way to celebrate, and actually, hopefully next year we can go back to that and celebrate it in the way we are used to. Lena Ben, how will you be celebrating this weekend?
Do you mean this year?
Yes.
Yeah, it's due to government guidelines. We're not able to celebrate it in person or in Abbey Park. We're going to miss that fun, but instead. The committee has come together and have planned the most innovative way to celebrate Holi online this year. So as Dylanji said, it's going to be a combination of dharmic and entertainment show, and the announcement of winner of drawing competition.
Okay.
Will be there. It's on this Sunday, so we're all looking forward to that. A virtual Holi celebration this year.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, if people wanted to, watch, can you share any links of how people can tune in and what can they expect?
Yeah, definitely. So the big day is tomorrow. So it's from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. The entry is free and it's open for all of them. So what you need to do is just go online and type Leicester Holi on YouTube or Facebook and enjoy the event at the comforts of your home. Yeah, we've been posting various previews of what to expect and little teasers about the program. Please feel free to, follow Leicester Holi on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Like, share, comment with hashtags. Don't forget the hashtags.
Yep.
On your post, so that maximum people can join the celebrations, online celebrations this year. And you can even subscribe to a YouTube channel to be updated, and you can be the first one to log in to celebration online.
Yeah, what time is it from?
It's tomorrow, Sunday, from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, followed by playing Holi with colours at your own households.
Yes. And is it too late for anyone to get colours today?
No, you can still order it online through our website, Leicester Holi, and through Eventbrite. And well, if you can collect it, then it's not too late.
Yeah, so collection only. So if anyone, and I'm assuming that's anyone who can get to Leicester. so people living in Leicester. We're not encouraging to travel out of areas. So anyone in Leicester who wants the colours, go onto the Leicester Holi website, order them, and if you can collect, you can have your own colours. Thank you so much, Lina Ben, Arjun and Dylan, for coming on. It's been really interesting and fascinating, especially for those who may not really know the tradition aspect of it, and the significance behind this tradition that we celebrate Holi. So I wish you all a happy Holi for this weekend, and thank you so much for coming in. We've just had a message from Arvind Bhai, who wishes you all and everyone in Leicester, in Bolton, and the BHF radio listeners a happy Holi for this weekend, and it was a very interesting program, so thank you. Thank you all for joining. Thank you so much. Our next track we are going to is from the film Dar. Before we go to that, are there any final messages you want to share with our listeners?
I would just like to add, that because it's virtual, it's not just for Leicester, everyone from Bolton and everywhere, all over the world, everyone can join in.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah, no, we'll definitely share that. So anyone wishing to join in, watch the celebrations tomorrow, just click on Leicester Holi. You can find them on their YouTube. You can follow them on their social media, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and you can find all relevant details on their website. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. अरे जो जी में आए, अरे जो जी में आए, तुम आज कर लो, चाहो जिसे इन बाहों में भर लो.
अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना,
अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना.
गालों से ये गाल लगा के,
नैनों से ये नैन मिला के, होली आज मनाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना. अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना. अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना.
ऊपर रंग लगाइयो ना करियो कुछ नीचे,
मुँह से कुछ ना बोल खड़ी रे चुप से अखियां मीचे. ओ बच के पड़ोसन जाने न पाए, जाए तो वापस आने न पाए.
जुल्मी ने ऐसे बाजू मरोड़ा, गजरा न गजरा कुछ भी न छोड़ा.
रपट लिखा दो, रपट लिखा दो, थाने में हम भर देंगे जुर्माना. अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना. अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना. रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाले, रंग बरसे, ओ रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाले, रंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना
भीगे तेरे बदन से जैसे शोले लपक रहे हैं
अपना रास्ता देख मुसाफिर तेरे नैनो भटक रहे हैं
मैं भूला रास्ता
रास्ते पे आ जा
मैं थाम लूं भैया
मत छेड़ो सैया
तुम दिल मत तोड़ो
तुम आंचल छोड़ो
तुम काहे रूठी
मेरी चूड़ी टूटी
दिल मेरा टूटा
चल हट जा झूठा
तो नाच में गाऊं
तू बैठ में जाऊं
मुश्किल है जाना
तू है दीवाना
मुझे अंग लगा ले
बस रंग लगा ले
नीला के पीला
नीला ना पीला
क्या लाल गुलाबी
तू बोलो भाभी चुटकी भर सिंदूर मंगा कर इसकी मांग सजाना
अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना अंग से अंग लगाना सजन हमें ऐसे रंग लगाना
लाल पीला पीला हरा नीला नीला रंग लाल पीला पीला हरा नीला नीला मेरी पहले टंग थी चोली ऊपर से आ गई बैरन होली जुलम तूने कर डाला प्यार में रंग डाला मैं तो सर्व से पानी पानी होली
हो तुझे सिलवा दूंगा नई चोली के अब तू 16 बरस की होली जुलम तूने कर डाला प्यार में रंग डाला ओ बिना बंदूक चल गई गोली
मेरी पहले टंग थी चोली
रंगीला रंगीला मौसम रंगीला मौसम आया रंगीला रंगीला मौसम रंगीला मौसम आया लगे हैं बातें अब तो चली जली दुनिया वाले करने लगे हैं बातें अब तो जली जली जल्दी ही दीवाना तेरा डोली लेकर आएगा जल्दी ही दीवाना तेरा डोली लेकर आएगा हाँ, जुल्म तूने कर डाला प्यार में रंग डाला बिना बंदूक चल गई गोली वो तुझे सिलवा दूंगा नई चोली ये अब तू 16 बरस की होली जुल्म तूने कर डाला प्यार में रंग डाला शर्म से पानी पानी होली ओ मेरी पहले तंग की चोली
And that was the song where we played Ang Se Ang Lagana from the film Dar, and the last song there was Oh Mary Belly from the film Sultan.
Thank you, Barish. And also, happy Holi to all the BHF listeners, the Leicester Holi Team, and to everyone at BHF Radio from Arvind Bhai. Thank you, Arvind Bhai, and wishing you a happy Holi too. And Jyoti Ben from Coventry has messaged in to say that she really enjoyed listening to the show this morning. Sometimes we forget why we do certain things, why we celebrate. She knows that we celebrate Holi and it's good to have it explained, and she really enjoyed Arjun narrating the story. So thank you, Jyoti Ben, and I'm sure the Leicester Holi Team may be still listening, and Arjun, thank you for that. Also, there are a lot of other places celebrating Holi virtually, including Bolton Hindu Forum. Barish, what have they got planned for tomorrow?
So for tomorrow, they have got an event called Flavors of Holi, which is running from 1 p.m. onwards tomorrow. And the event is, they've got quite a few organisations involved in it. So it's a cultural digital programme that we've got consisting of over 40 artists from around Greater Manchester. And they'll be performing classical and contemporary music and dance. We've also got cookery demonstrations happening. We've got Voices of Holi. There's participatory arts and crafts. And we've also got something called the Magic Shawl, which is the story behind this colourful and joyous celebration. So more information about this event could be found on the Bolton Hindu Forum Facebook page. And if you just go on there and look for the Holi event, all the details of how to register and get the links are all on there. And again, it is a virtual event, so anyone from around the world can log in and view this.
Yeah, and if you're not on Facebook, go to their website, Bolton Hindu Forum website, and I'm sure the details on there. And I guess it's actually quite nice. I know we can't meet face to face and play Holi with our friends and family, but because it's celebrated virtually, you can enjoy and watch celebrations taking place all over the UK. So, you know, Leicester Holi are doing something. I know there are many others, and Bolton Hindu Forum. So just log on with several screens and enjoy everyone's celebration and take part. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the great messages. Just a final message from Manish Pai from London. Fantastic program. He wants to say hashtag fantastic BHF radio, which is the hashtag we are using at BHF radio, and wishes everyone a happy Holi. He certainly will be watching and tuning into both Leicester Holi and Bolton Hindu Forum, and he can't wait. Thank you, Manish Bhai. So we are going to leave you with our final song. Until next week, a goodbye and enjoy the celebrations. Happy Holi to you all, and I'll be back next Saturday morning at 10 a.m. discussing a different topic. So the last song we're leaving you with is?
It's Badri Ki Dulhania, and here it is.
Bye.
खेलन क्यों न जाए तू होरी रे रसिया खेलन क्यों न जाए तू होरी रे रसिया पूछे है तो वे सारी भुइयां कहाँ है बदरी की दुल्हनिया
उड़ती पे तेरी मलू गुलाल रंग बता बुलू या लाल एयर में तेरे उड़ते बाल आजा रंग दू दोनों गाल अरे सारा रा रा कबीरा सारा रा रा
बेबी के देखे झुमके लगा दे चार ठुमके छिछोरे नाचे जम के यूपी में दिन दहाड़े विंडो और छत पे ताड़े हम देखे आंखें फाड़े अरे 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 तुझ पे टिकी है मेरी नोटी नजरिया तुझको बना करके तुझको बना करके तुझको बना करके ले जाएंगे बदरी की दुल्हनिया तुझको बना करके ले जाएंगे बदरी की दुल्हनिया रानी बना करके ले जाएंगे बदरी की दुल्हनिया
मुन्निया रे मुन्निया बदरी की दुल्हनिया मुन्निया रे मुन्निया बदरी की दुल्हनिया
बेबी बड़ी भोली है बेबी की रंग दी चोली है अंग्रेजी में खट पिट में डमरी बुरा न मानो होली है
रामा रामा गजब हो गया तरसी नजरिया लड़ गई आई जवानी जुल्म हुई गवा किस आफत में पड़ गई
अरे सारा रा रा कबीरा सारा रा रा
ओ रामा रामा गजब हो गया तरसी नजरिया लड़ गई आई जवानी जुल्म हुई गवा किस आफत में पड़ गई हाय मैं मर गई सूली पे चढ़ गई नो 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 कहना था लेकिन हाँ कर गई दिल तुझको सेंड में तो